My name is Kevin King. Good morning. Welcome to Mastermind Seminars Live. You came to the right place at the right time. I see some new faces, and I had some nice conversations to start it off with. This is a great day. This is going to be a life-changing day, and it's going to be a life-changing day if you want it to be a life-changing day. If you have the anticipation that this is going to be the first day of the rest of your life, then you came with the right expectation. If you didn't, you can do that right now. You can just change your mind and just do that. Here's the outline for the day. We're going to talk, we have 7 segments, the way that we do every single time. It's going to be network marketing. We're going to do that in just a couple minutes here. We're going to have wins and biggest challenges. And then we're going to have what's called the BOS system, the BOSS system, Business Operating System, BOS. And that's comprised of the DNA for people, DNA for business, and DNA for life. It's personality masteries, it's the 530 grid, and it's natural laws that tie everything together. It will all become apparent to you very shortly. Then the last 2 segments are going to be Q&A, because if you didn't feel like you just took a drink out of a fire hose, then you weren't here, okay? Because what we do today, there's a lot of information coming, so take good notes, get ready to go. Hope you've signed in, and then we're going to have great things for next month. We start the year with the value of installing systems. This is the year 3 for us, and we have the value of installing systems. We will understand what that is if we understand how to achieve our life vision. And then we generate more and better leads, convert more prospects to clients, convert prospects faster, generate a large quantity of referrals, and today we're going to be creating client-for-life relationships. Client-for-life relationships. And the whole key to what we're doing today is, the key is this. This is the question you need to ask yourself. What is your biggest challenge? No joke, no lie. Be honest with yourself. That's the only way that you're going to help make any breakthroughs today. And anybody that wants to achieve more, anybody that wants to work less, earn more, have less hours, less stress, better life balance, you need to have a life vision, and you need to have a BOS, a business operating system, to get it done. And that is what we're going to be teaching here today. And in order to do that, I need to help you understand that right now you already have a BOS in your business, a business operating system. And it's gotten you to where you're at right now. And if you want to get further, you're going to need to implement what we're doing today. This is a free seminar. I wish we charged, but we don't. I'm glad we don't in some ways, and I'm not glad we do in some ways. I would really love to see people have an urgency in what the BOS is going to do for you, because unless you understand people and how they operate, unless you understand how the 530 grid, which is a pattern of how you take somebody from point A to point B in a business, and then understand how to relate to people through the natural laws, then none of this is going to make sense. That's going to be the key to what we have today. So the question you bring is, what's your biggest challenge? And what we're going to do is, in each segment, I want you to clearly write down. We're going to have cards here. This is going to give you a roadmap. I want you all to pull one of these out off the table that you're at right now. You can follow along. All the slides that we're going to be doing are on this card right here. Okay? And the biggest question is, what is your biggest challenge here in box 6? And what you need to come up with, this is your part. This is your part. Your investment into this is to look for and think about a solution in each of the 7 segments to your biggest challenge, and we'll help you do that. In order to do that, though, I'm going to bring up Nancy Verts, and she's going to be taking care of us for the rest of the day. Bring up Nancy.
Hi there. Well, I'm not really taking care of you the rest of the day. Patrick's going to do a lot of it, so is Dell and everyone else here. But Patrick asked me to step up and talk about a client for life. And so immediately I thought of someone that we've known for 16 years. 16 years ago they called us looking for a conservatory. Today, fast forward, we've done 3 rooms for these folks. And they're looking at us to do their house, to design their entire house. So how this all happened, and it was unconscious competence. We didn't know anything about this whole system. They contacted us looking for a conservatory. They said, hey, come on up. It's kind of in a remote location. So you come this weekend, you stay with us, and stay over the weekend, 4th of July weekend. And so Al and I went on our way up to Pennsylvania. We met with these folks. I'll never forget the first time I met with them. Was we drove up to the house, stone house, totally remodeled. It was deserted. Nobody was there. Al and I walked around trying to find the client, and up on the hill came this diesel mule with a gentleman, older gentleman, in a green work suit, red ball cap, got out, and I said, "Dr. Steffi?" And he said, "Nancy?" I said, "This is my place." And from that point on, it was like we clicked. Our personalities are very similar. I had no idea about personalities, but he and his wife, Alan and I, it was like we were friends forever. We never skipped a beat. They taught us how to give. They opened their hearts, their home. They gave us, we walked away with a basket of fruit and vegetables and a signed contract to design the conservatory. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Thank you, Nancy. I'm going to bring Barry up here, and Barry's going to talk about how he got it, because as Kevin was saying, it's like drinking out of a fire hose. Barry is very unique, and he just came here, and I'll let Barry tell the story, but he had a way of just being able to get it. Maybe this will help everyone else here, and I thought it was important to talk about.
My name is Barry Smith. I'm the president of BRS Consulting Inc. And I was asked to come up and say how I got it. Well, first, before I answer that question, I want to ask you 3 questions. First, what do you see here today that excites you, that moves you internally? 2, how are you going to build upon that to make that a reality for yourself? And 3, when are you going to be all in and make it happen? Now, I can boil down my whole talk, and I got a timer going so I don't go over, to 3 basic points. Why I joined. For one thing, I like a mystery. I saw how I could kill 3 birds with 1 stone. And the other thing was, I saw a vision here that I wanted to be part of. In terms of a bird, killing 3 birds with 1 stone. The stone is time, and the 3 birds that I was looking at, that I saw a solution of. One, I knew I needed what he calls a business office system. I looked at it as an infrastructure. I have a business and IT background, and I know how that can be leveraged for businesses, and small or large. I've done it for the large companies. Now I'm trying to do it small for myself. The other bird that I could kill was, I figured out how I could market my company, the vision and services that are coming forth in the future with that. And third, and this is, if I can get this out without twisting up my tongue, I saw how I could participate in thought leadership using technology to help everyone discover the truth. That's really a big piece of what I saw. Now, the last thing I mentioned was the vision itself. I thought I was going to be doing a little transition, so I wanted to bring in something new or that might be useful to you. I love anagrams, where, is that the right word, anagrams, where you have a letter that stands for a different word, because you can associate quickly. It's a way of thinking abstractly at a higher level. I recently attended a men's conference, the Fishers of Men, put on by a group of 10 men that are doing this across the Diocese of Juliet. And it was called the Fishers of Men Conference, and one of the keynote speakers at that conference was Father Bert Masters. Now, Father Bert Masters has a wonderful story. He was a professional baseball player, became a vocations director for the Diocese of Joliet. He has a wonderful story, and he has a lot of credibility. I'm not going to go into his story or anything, but I will share with you what he shared during that meeting that was like, whoa, it was a blow-away concept. He talked about RIM. Now, this was a men's conference, and how men identify with each other and themselves. Most men think of what their mission is, what they do, how they identify themselves. So they think of mission first. Then they might have a little bit of identity in there, what they think of themselves and how they fit into the big picture. The R, and I'm going backwards with you, is relationship. The relationship, believe it or not, is the foundation. It's the rock. And so the right priority is relationship, identity, and then mission. If you lose your job, all of a sudden people lose their identity. If they lose their identity, they don't know where to go. If they have their relationships in place, and that's what God the Father and your neighbors, that's the key relationship that I look at being, and that's a great driving force. This organization is all about paying it forward and helping each other. I see this as a great way to make this a possibility for everyone. I'm going to conclude there.
Thank you, Barry.
You're welcome.
So Barry talked about how he has a vision, a life vision, and we talked about that a lot. And just found out some exciting news that there's someone in this room that just discovered their life vision last night, was it? Monday. So if you wouldn't mind coming up and telling us about that, I think that would be awesome.
Kind of a stretch, huh? Quick question, how many people have been involved here in less than 6 months or less? Okay. How many people have dealt with Mark one-on-one? In a coaching call or on a conference line? Okay. Mark's kind of intense. Mark beat me up pretty badly for the last 6 months. And I was spinning my tires. I didn't have a life vision. Do you have a life vision written out? Do you have a life written vision out? You know what you're doing? Okay. I didn't. A couple weeks ago, Mark asked me about after a conference call, and my only up and out was life vision. Should probably have one. And Monday, I had this mountaintop shaft of light experience for like 3 hours. I was not in this world. I figured it all out. Well, not all of it. I figured it out. And it was breaking a lot of things that we are conditioned to do. I'm 47 years old. I went to school at 5. So I've had 41 years of conditioning of education, forms of education, and conformity. Like one of the real quick things is you're supposed to work at your desk, right? Sit at a computer, work at your desk, figure out your life vision, send out emails, contact people, blah, blah, blah. And I would sit at my desk and I would hate it. My butt would hurt. And I wouldn't get anything done. Now, recently, my son and I got into this hobby of RC cars. I built this car from the ground up. And it's really kind of a symbol to me that I can do it. I've never done it before. And I build these things out in my shop. And that's where I had the epiphany. I fixed cars for other people. I had no cars to fix. I'm like, what am I going to do? And then it hit me. I just started taking out pieces of paper and writing down feverishly everything what I was going to do, what I need to do, thoughts I've had for years, things, unfinished projects. And what I came up with is getting involved in this hobby, or this sport, whatever you want to call it. When you think when little boys, 10, 15-year-old boys see this, you think they light up a little bit? So what my life vision is to use this type of activity to teach kids on many different levels. Like this is the basics of how you use a car, how you do it. But what that is an inroad to talk to kids in a safe place, usually in public places, and see if there's maybe a kid at risk. Maybe I don't know where this kid's going home to. We have a track, and these kids, they see the cars on the track, and they're like, and it's great if you want to engage them, you just drive the truck and crash it in front of them, and they look at you up on the driver's stand, and they're like, want me to get that? Is it okay to touch that? I go, yeah, just put it up, just put it back on the track. And now they're engaged. And so my thing is to do this and to do events all over, could be all over the country. I want to start locally, obviously. Since I went to bed at 5 in the morning on Monday, after this bump top experience, my life vision, the things I want to do, motivation, using 30-minute time blocks, it's here, I did it. I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm supposed to do, and I get out of my way because I'm going to do it. If you don't have that in your life vision, I recommend it. You should probably get one. Thank you.
Wow, that was awesome. We over here we talk about this is the last thing on here, achieving our life vision. But I found that if you don't know what your life vision is, none of these other things matter, because where are you going to go? You don't have any direction. So if you don't have that, I really highly recommend that you really get that worked out. If it's not today, maybe it's later, maybe you have an epiphany like Mark. So what we're going to do, and this might help you, is we're going to break into a speed networking session, and we're going to take about 10 minutes. And if you can take a look at box 6 here that you have, and it's my biggest challenge is, and the solution to take action on is, and you're going to have a buddy. So I want you to pick someone that you don't know at all, if possible in this room. Get with them. I want you to talk about what your biggest challenge is with them. Talk about how you can help each other. Get their contact information so that you all can follow up on a weekly call. And there'll be group leaders that will come in to help you out. So go ahead and get in groups, and we're going to start. You got 10 minutes.
Steve. Steve, would you like to be my partner? I don't know. Oh, you two are.
Can I be?
Figure. You can sit next to you that way. It's a little.
Jump up. Oh, I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know.
Friends that I have, people that are
Yeah,
businesses,
I will do this.
and that's why I met them. They just don't. And for me, maybe it's so weird. So anyway, this is what so I asked somebody to press between share this with others. Segment between your spine and shoulders. It's DNA for me. It's part of long story short, it might be a
And you're right here.
My biggest challenge.
It's true that she was yesterday she gave me different MRIs. She says, I've been back here for 4 or 5 years ago. Did he still this wonderful operation that he did this thing he didn't tell me what he did, which was
I missed some pieces completely. I didn't know I was done.
this is about getting the system to help them understand that.
That's so cool. I love it. I wish we could have been in there.
Well, go take it. I'll just take it out. Yeah, no, not a problem. No, I completely understand.
That's why I love doing websites a lot too, because websites really help automate the entire process.
I'll be on a little bit.
very smart. So what is challenging about it? Not so much to be rude and say, you know, this is a boundary or not. They would just think it's rude because there's no private space when it comes to something. You're like this, and you're living in Hong Kong, and everybody's over there. Yeah, and you know, you just raise funds. Yeah, oh, it did.
I've never actually thought of the definition.
Still no relief.
Yeah.
Is that mental blockage? Oh, so your brother will not allow you to
Oh, this is Steve. No. Oh, this is Matt. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you had somebody mention there.
Yeah, that's
Okay, how'd everyone do? How'd everyone do? Did everyone get their biggest challenge written down? Everyone get their biggest challenge written down?
I know English and
Everyone get everyone's contact information? All right, so don't forget to get your contact info of the person you're talking with, how you all can stay connected to help each other. And so,
I will be going back to home.
Elise, where did Elise go?
Are you looking for me?
We're gonna have a video in just a minute. So raise your hand if you were able to come up with your biggest challenge. Everyone to get their biggest challenge down, raise your hand. Almost everyone, they're still working on it. Good, so make sure before we leave you get your biggest challenge down. That's really important. All right.
Do you ever wish you could clone yourself? Do you wish you had more time or money and less stress? Do you know you need systems but just aren't sure how to build them? Do you ever think, what am I missing? What is your wow income goal? Something that will just rock your life. And what is your minimum income goal? The least amount you want or need to earn over the next 12 months. Are you earning your minimum income goal now? At a subconscious level, we all build an engine, and in our business, we earn our minimum income goal. Our wow income goal, the hours we desire to work, are all possible, and at a subconscious level, we know this. We just need to build a system to help us build that new engine. That engine is called the BOS,
the business operating system. We earn the money we earn, we work the hours we work, we have the stress and life balance we do or do not have as a result of the engine in our business. To double our income, to reduce the hours we work, we need a new engine. Our new boss consists of three things: DNA for people, DNA for business, DNA for life. Let's break those down for you. DNA for people is personality masteries. Once we learn the science of understanding people, we can learn how to identify someone's personality in 15 seconds over the phone, and we'll know their strengths, their weaknesses, why they will or won't work with us, or who they're married to, any conflicts in their marriage, how to communicate to them, how to best sell them, how to best service them in such a way, in an amazing way, that they will refer all their friends and family to us. DNA for business. This is the 530 grid. It's actually pretty simple. There are 5 areas to every business and 6 levels within every one of those 5 areas. Area 1, marketing. It's where we have systems which help us to generate more and better leads. Area 2, pre-sales, is where we work any lead once they raise their hand. Area 3, the sale, is the yes or the no. Area 4, servicing, is the systems we have in place to create a raving fan experience, which then generates massive referrals. Area 5, client for life. It's our second sales system where we build relationships for life, and those relationships connect us to entire new networks of opportunities. DNA for life is the natural laws which govern life and business. There are over 250 natural laws which have been discovered. Let's just take one of these natural laws and see how it can double our business. The cluster principle. The cluster principle states it's not unusual that someone who is making a buying or selling decision will know between 3 and 9 other people who are making that same kind of buying or selling decision. Why? First-time home buyers know other first-time home buyers. Business owners know other business owners. Retirees tend to know other retirees. We tend to hang out with the people who are at similar points of life as we are. Imagine if we had a system where every prospect or client would refer us to even 1 or 2 additional clients. What would that do for our business? You're right, it would double our business every year. This natural law makes sense. So why doesn't it seem to work? It's because we lack systems to make it work. If we take the DNA for people and through an understanding of individuals' personalities, we are able to service them in the way they like to be serviced. Do we think that they will refer more business to us? Based on university research, the average person knows roughly 250 people. The average business owner knows over 5,500 people. Wow! How many business people do we know who could refer us tons of business if we had the right systems in place? If we then take the DNA for people and blend that into the DNA for business, the 530 grid, what will happen then? We'll build systems to take box 13, why we lose prospects, and capture box 12, success testimonies, and then feed those back into box 2, develop and deliver a message. Box 5, create a strategic strike which will clone us and blend all that into box 4 and 8, our sales efforts. The system will not only clone us, but will capture the best practices of our best employees, best peers, best partners, and best clients and clone their successes into our systems. And that's just one of the 250 natural laws. Imagine having all 250 natural laws built directly into your new BOS, Business Operating System. What would that do for your business? Maybe our wow income goal isn't high enough. Can you see how all this works? Would you like to take the next step? Connect with the person who passed this video along to you, or you can call 888-230-2300. That's 888-230-2300. Or outside the U.S., call 630-393-9909. That's 630-393-9909. My new engine, 65% increase in sales in 30 days. Fitz, owner of printing company. Randy Eicherman, who's a financial planner, a CPA, and owner of an accounting firm, says, it changed my life. Edward Kirch, an owner of real estate companies. I have more time now due to my new engine. Natalia, attorney and counselor at law. I am getting faster results. Kevin King, insurance. The system is rock solid. Bob Donnelly, mortgage professional. Reduced my stress and I work less. Jewel Pendergrass, owner and broker of a real estate company. Transformed my business and my life. And Tom Coons, the immediate past president of the largest real estate franchise in the world, said this is the holy grail for any business.